So first thing I'm looking at is calcium and chlorine. If I find them on a periodic table, and I have an imaginary periodic table, I don't have one with elements on it, but I know where they are. Calcium's number 20. It's in group 2, so it's plus 2. Chlorine's in group 17. It's number 17, so it's minus 1. I know that. I look at the name, and the name's easy to do. My name of this thing is going to be calcium, not chlorine, but chloride. Name the first, name the second, change the ending to I to E. Now, to write it, I have a plus 2 and a minus 1. We need charges to be equal but opposite, and a lot of you guys said, oh, I crossed them. So instead of Ca with 2 and Cl with 1, I need 1 minus 2 and 1 plus 2 and 2 minus 1s. So Ca, Cl, I need that. CaCl2 for calcium chloride. Not too bad. Pretty straightforward. Let's look at K and Br. Oh, I know I like this one. I know right off the bat I like this one. If I have K and Br, K's here in group 1, so it's plus 1. Br is in group 17, it's minus 1. And right now I see equal but opposite. I don't do anything. They just match up real nice, like the perfect last piece in a jigsaw puzzle. KBr, let's write it out. Potassium, bromide. That's all one word, but my writing is messy. Potassium bromide. Great. Now you could pause now and try the next two with aluminum and oxygen and sodium and phosphorus, or you can keep going with me, and we'll be done in a second. We're going to look at Roman numerals then, and you guys have a practice following that. We've got aluminum, which would be right here, so plus 3. Oxygen is minus 2. It's in group 16. I even have oxygen up there. When I cross my charges then, I need 2 times 3 for 6, and 3 times negative 2 for 6. Al2O3, aluminum oxide, and last but not least, Na would be here with lithium in group 1, so plus 1. And phosphorus, we don't use phosphorus very much. It's in group 15, and I wanted to use the negative 3. So sodium's plus 1, phosphorus minus 3. I need 1 phosphorus, 3 sodiums. Wow, that's busy. And we'll go with sodium, probably one you don't see too much. Phosphide. Okay, cool. Now some transition metals. And where are your transition metals? Your transition metals are in here. This is where I'm talking about. Those guys, some of them need Roman numerals. A lot of them need Roman numerals. I gave you a list in your packet if you want to go through and mark them on the periodic table. For your test, I'm going to give you a cation sheet, but it's going to be a shortened version. I've always used a shortened version on quizzes and a shortened version on the final. What would help to write on your periodic table is this: that silver is plus 1, that cadmium is plus 2, and that zinc is also plus 2. Those don't need Roman numerals because of where they are. They keep a definite charge. They're not going to be on your list, so if you put your charges here, you're good. You don't need to write the charges for the other ones on your table. Like I said, you're going to get a chart. There's one attached, I think, to this material if you want to print a shorter version. And you'll get one for the test. So, when you're using these Roman numerals, let's see what we've got. I put some practices in here. I'm not going over the Latin names. You guys who were using the Latin names seemed really good with them. If you need me to review, somebody email me and I'll gladly post that too. So let's look at what we've got here. We've got FeBr2. I'm going to take these out. Same thing. If you want to go through and name these, go for it. So we got FeBr2, and I'm going to do these even without an ion sheet. I can do this. So this is going to be iron and bromine. I know it's going to be iron. I know iron's number 26, so I'm going to need that. I need a Roman numeral or I need the Latin name, which matches up to the Roman numerals on the page. I got you, so no worries. What is my charge here? Well, when I look it up, I can see that iron is +2 or +3. 2 bromines, each of them's -1. If I uncross, iron 2 bromide. CuCl. I'm not even doing any work for CuCl because I know chlorine's -1. It's in group 17, so copper must be +1. Copper 1 chloride. Good. ZNS. Zinc doesn't need a Roman numeral. ZNS, this is going to be the last one you can see on here. ZNS is just zinc sulfide. Zinc is not on my list of needing a Roman numeral. Zinc is one I know, so I'm good to go. For this last one, Ti2O3, let's uncross our charges for Ti2O3. We can always do that for 2s and 3s and get titanium 3 oxide for Ti2O3. Great. We got 4 to write, and then we're done with this section for today. You have some practice at the end to work on these, I believe. The big practice at the end, I'm going to go through after tomorrow's review. Well, you may as well wait if you want. One way or another, I'm going to do a lecture where I post how I got all those answers. So, cobalt 2 chloride. What that tells me is that cobalt has a +2 charge. The Roman numeral is the charge of the thing before it. Chloride, -1. This is now no different than when you get it from the periodic table. COCl2. Cross my charges. Tin 4 oxide. Ooh. Tin is +4. Oxygen is -2. This one's tricky. When I cross them, I get SN2O4, but Miss Newland doesn't like subscripts that aren't reduced. So I want to reduce this to SNO2. What happens if you don't? You get a little note that says reduce. Multiple choice final? I'd either have to take either or not give you this question. You win either way. Almost done. Manganese 3 oxide. Manganese, not magnesium. Manganese is +3 because the Roman numeral says. Oxygen's -2. Cross them Mn2O3. Cadmium bromide. Oh no, cadmium's not on my list of things I don't know the charge. Cadmium is +2. I wrote it on my periodic table. Bromine's -1, so it looks like CdBr2. Again, the practice at the end, I was thinking I put practices for each section, but I didn't. I have a big mixed practice at the end that you can either try some today or try after tomorrow. I'm going over it in the 3rd day of this lesson. So right now, we've done the review of periodic properties and naming ionic compounds. We got polyatomic ions, acids, and the binary molecular, the ones with the crazy tetra prefixes, before we go through everything. No cat hat needed for that one, but have a great day, and remember, stay positive.